morning, everybody, and Shabbat Shalom, if it is Shabbat for you. I am overlooking Jerusalem. It's about 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, and it's very peaceful here. In fact, I'm in a place called the Peace Forest, and it's basically a forest of peace in a place of great tension. Today I want to go over mercy and judgment, and not the differences of mercy and judgment, but how they are similar. In fact, it tells us in Revelation that Yeshua's throne is made up of mercy and judgment. He sits on mercy and judgment and rules the universe. If I had to title this message, it would be Don't Drink the Cup of Mercy Dry. Now, judgment doesn't always have to be a bad thing. Well done, good and faithful servant. That comes after God looking at somebody and judging that they have done well. And He gives and He takes away. So let's look at Yeshua's twofold mission statement. If you've been watching my videos, you know about Yeshua's twofold mission statement. He first rescues and then He empowers. The rescue is akin to mercy. And empowerment comes with responsibility. And judgment is involved in gaining responsibilities. Yeshua gives his twofold mission statement right before he starts his mission. He gets up in the synagogue, he reads from the scroll of Isaiah. You should read it sometime. Isaiah 61, 1 through 3. He says that he's been anointed, that the Holy Spirit is on him, and then he gives 3 examples of what he's going to do that are all rescue. And there's a fulcrum point, the healing of the brokenhearted. And then he gives another 3 examples of the empowerment, giving people beauty in place of their ashes, giving people the spirit, garments of praise in place of the spirit of heaviness, and the oil of joy in exchange for mourning. It's pretty beautiful. So he gets up and he says, this is my mission statement, and then he goes out and he does it. Now you can see this very same mission statement play out in the Exodus. As time goes on, way over here we've got Egypt, and then way over here we've got Israel, the place. So they're in Egypt, and then right as they're coming out of Egypt there's a river, and that river, well, it's the Sea of Reeds. And then right here, before they go into Israel, we've got the Jordan that they had to cross. Now, crossing over this river, they had to destroy a nation, but it wasn't them that did it, it was God that did the entire thing. They did very little. And this destruction of the nation is akin to mercy. He wasn't really taking Israelites out of Egypt. He was taking Egyptians out of Egypt. What I mean by that is inside. They were Egypt. He spent 40 years getting the Egypt out of the people, and unfortunately many of them could not get to the promised land because they wouldn't let go of Egypt in their hearts. That whole circumstance, all those miracles, Egypt being destroyed, all of it, it is a huge picture of mercy. But very, very quickly, he makes sure that the people understand that he will not allow them to drink the cup of mercy dry. Right before they go to cross over the Jordan the first time and fail, he says, you have tested me these 10 times. And you know, I used to think that these 10 times, it's so beautiful, isn't it? I used to think that these 10 times was referencing just, you guys have tested me a lot. But it's actually 10 specific times. And if you look at those 10 specific times, I could discuss those in another video. If you want to have a video just on that, let me know in the comments, and I'll do what I can to put something together for us. These 10 times, as those 10 times go forward, closer and closer to the Jordan, you see mercy decreasing and like the indignation of judgment increasing. And you see it killing off the really bad apples and strengthening those whose hearts truly are for the Lord. Now, when they cross over the Jordan, they have to destroy a nation, just like Egypt had to be destroyed to let go of them. They have to destroy a nation in order to take their promised land, because they don't want to let go of that land. And this time, as they enter in, they've been strengthened. They weren't strengthened through mercy. Mercy doesn't strengthen anybody. Mercy builds faith and trust. But you can't be empowered if you don't have any strength. They had been strengthened in that wilderness. And it wasn't miracles that caused them to be able to destroy the giants in the land of Israel. It was the strength of faith in their hearts. Yah didn't have to destroy that nation alone. They worked as a team. I hope this message has blessed you and opened your eyes to the fact that mercy and judgment are not against each other, but they're actually working together. They're like two walls in a hallway. And I'll leave you with this very, very interesting study. If you've never heard of the law of firsts, look it up, or you can put it in the comment section that you'd like for me to describe the law of firsts. With the law of first, the very first time the word judgment comes up is around the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, and it's not talking about the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. It's talking about something good, something actually very good in relation to Abraham. And then the very first time that mercy comes up is just like 30 or 40 verses in the Tanakh after judgment. And it's talking about Lot. And you can use the context clues of Abraham's life and Lot's life to see where God stands on an abundance of mercy or an abundance of his judgment. I think that's right around Genesis 18, 19, 20 or so. That's a very, very eye-opening study on the differences between the world's view of mercy and judgment and the truth, our Father's view of mercy and judgment. So don't drink dry the cup of mercy and seek his judgment. He is a good Father. Trust him, love him, and love your fellow man as you love yourself. Shabbat Shalom.